Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver.
The NFL is on EA Sports, and we are in Silicon Valley at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. The scene a short time ago, this crowd, they love their 49ers, and they were in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room, and we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Here we go, D. Get off the field.
A first down throw for Cousins. Completes it to the fullback, Ham. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense. Check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 3, check 3, check 3.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because when they're hoping, those big deep take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Hey, no, easy. Hey, Charlie. Gun.
56. Check 56.
Gun.
Switch up. 56. Mike. 50.
Gun.
Right there. 56.
Cousins gives way to Cook.
It's run back.
Give him 8 yards there. Still a few inches to go, though, as it'll be 3rd down and about the length of the football.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
What I need?
Here we go. Tighten up. Check it back.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he's got a first down as he's up to the 48. 2 yards and able to get the first down in the process. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Cousins the thrower. Open here, Adam Thielen. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 1 at the 32-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard.
Let's go, defense. Out of time. It's out of time.
They run. Cook. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short.
Check 9, check 9.
On the carry, it's Cook. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down.
Brings up 4th down.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th. We're scoreless after 1. Would have been right at about a 52-yard field goal try, but no, they are going to go for this thing on 4th down. Cousins. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
Offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Back-to-back nice plays, 12 yards that time and a 1st down. The impressive opening drive continues and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
Jahan, ready?
6 right there, 56. Ain't no such thing as a look.
They'll run with Cook. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Slam. Two. Check.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here is Cook on 3rd and goal. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And 3 yards on the carry there as his defense holds strong and takes it to 4th and goal. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Well, that will go down as a 15-play drive, and it results in 3 points. So some disappointment?
It's funny. At our conference before the game with the offensive coordinator, and what did he tell us? I just want every drive to end in a kick, right? An extra point, a punt, or a field goal. Well, in this case, I think it is a little bit of a disappointment because it did end in a kick,
Here we go.
but that type of a drive should end in the end zone.
Hey, alert! Alert! Alert!
Hey, watch it, watch it. Check 26, check 26.
6-6, bullet high.
Bang, 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 bang.
Man open, it's Goodwin. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. So they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10.
21. Here we go.
Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And his throw here's incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
No.
12.
Alert 3.
21.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man, complete. That goes as a gain of 36 on 3rd down.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, this big defensive lineman will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10.
65.
It's just me and you. It's just
Six. Hey, seam 6. I got that.
To throw is Garoppolo. That's complete to a speedy wideout Goodwin. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
At the 16-yard line.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
65. Check 37.
11.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Now the Niners going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down.
Go. Kill.
21.
Check. Watch 54. Let's go, D. Right there.
They'll run it with Coleman. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's first and goal after they rip off a solid chunk of yardage in the ground game on a risky fourth. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. These offenses seemingly still back at the hotel for the first half. 3-0 our score as the second half gets underway.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
And they're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal.
65.
First and 10 at the 46.
21. Here we go.
Switch. Shoot. Check.
21. Hey, Echo. Get hot.
Garoppolo on first down. Escaping the pressure right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He was trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
11.
After the sack, here's second and 11. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
13.
Check. Fresno.
Lock.
Slam. He's coming. We got double up.
Get hot.
From the gun on 3rd, Garoppolo. Flushed out right. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they do get this across midfield to the 49, but a small consolation prize as he's well short of the first.
21. 21.
One set. Check, Mike, 54.
Hey, Zoo.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Watch out. Switch.
11, man.
Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has pitched the shutout. Now they probably need to deliver a little breathing room, maybe make it a 2-score game as they've got it 1st and 10. And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. Again, it's Cook. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long.
Gun.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Well, CD, with the end of the season comes the announcement of the All-Pro team, and everybody was like, wait a second, Christian McCaffrey's listed twice. Is that a mistake? No, he got it both at running back and flex. Pretty impressive.
Very impressive because I think a lot of people thought that if you have a running back and a flex position, that maybe Christian McCaffrey would go into the flex because he catches the ball so well. And he would go ahead and elevate the big guy out of Tennessee, Derrick Henry, to the all-pro running back. Henry ends up being a second-team guy, but McCaffrey deserves being first-team running back as well as first-team flex. He had a tremendous, spectacular year.
And as you might imagine, Baltimore leads the way. 5 players named to the all-pro selection. Of course, leading the way for them, the quarterback Lamar Jackson.
Yes, and rightly so. And I fully expect him to be named the MVP when we get to NFL honors right before the Super Bowl. He's going to sweep all of those, and he deserves it. Carried that team throughout the season and got better in their bigger games.
Back now here in Santa Clara. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter.
Here we go.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
He's checking crowd.
On third down, a run from Breida. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. On first down, Garoppolo completes it to the tight end, Kittle. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Even though this offense doesn't have a single point to its name, they're not totally out of this game yet. A touchdown here, they could be in business.
And how about that last play? Now they've got momentum going, so I'm a big advocate. Get back on the line of scrimmage. Throw another play at them while you've got them rocked on their heels.
Here we go.
Get him. Check three.
Black. Go ahead.
They'll run with Coleman on first down. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. This linebacking core, they've done a good job of keeping that running game in check, haven't they?
They certainly have, and what they'll also do when this game is over is thank the guys up front, the big defensive line, because they've kept them clean, so to speak, not letting blockers get to them, allowing them to run to the football and keep that running game bottled up.
A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Trying to erase that deficit all at once. One big shot. He took it. Unfortunately for him, incomplete.
So a big kick coming for Robbie Gould. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports. Field goals all we've had so far. 3-3 now as the kick is away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it first and 10. They start the drive with Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. Whistles now and a timeout. So defensively, they burn it here with 1:51 left. And the trend continues here in the fourth like it was in the first, second, and third. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
56, Mike, 56.
They run it again with Cook. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. A big third down pickup of 20 yards.
And the Vikings first down.
Right there, 56.
In your face.
Line out.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Run. Gun.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. And he's got this one across midfield into 49er territory. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Third down.
Check 50.
Gun.
Check. Motion out the backfield. Motion out.
Third down, Dalvin Cook. And Cook was fighting for it, but I don't think he got there. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. And with inside of 10 seconds, 8 to be precise, we get whistles and a timeout on the field. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down.
He's not going to get me.
Leave it, 48.
56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Hey, check it out.
Now Cousins on 4th down. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
So it all comes down to the foot of Dan Bailey. This from long, very long range. And this is off target to the left. Didn't get there anyway. It's no good. And that changes everything here in OT. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, That gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The first throw in overtime now for Cousins. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the first down as well.
Let's go. Shoot! Check safety!
Gun!
First down, here's the run with Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice, solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Gun!
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook, and able to get a couple as he's across the 40 to the 41.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
So a big play in this opening drive of overtime. Now looking at a 3rd and 3.
Get that quarterback, D-line! D-line, get that quarterback!
Black!
Right 56!
From the gun, here's Cousins. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander. To the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. Still catching our breaths from that electric finish. You get into overtime, that's one thing. It was a great 4 quarters. But then in OT, not only to win it, but to win it on a defensive score. Wow.
Oh, definitely. And I think from now on, we're going to definitely travel some.
Yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view. Hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me. Baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks. I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes. Wins come in twos. Cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job. Pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on. Pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one. They want to keep me. Oh, that's a good one. Pockets are dense. I think my bread is hard as a crouton. Receipts in my pocket don't come with a coupon. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket. No change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand.